expand and simplify. So we're going to multiply out these brackets, multiplying everything inside by the term that's outside. So 2 lots of 5 will give us 10. And then I've got 2 lots of root 3, which will be positive 2 root 3. And I can't simplify anything further than that. This is a square root term. It's got a surd, and this is just a regular integer. So the next one, I'm going to multiply everything by root 5. So root 5 times by 4 will be 4 lots of root 5. And then I've got the square root of 5 times the square root of 7, which will be positive square root of 35. And I can't put these two bits together either. They're different square roots, and I can't simplify either of them, so I can't actually put them together. So we keep them like this. Again, same thing except with double brackets here, so we're going to make sure to multiply across. So root 3, there's not root 3, just regular 3, sorry, times 3 will be 9. And then we've got 3 times by minus root 2 will be minus 3 root 2. And then we've got root 2 times 3, which will be positive 3 root 2. And then we've got root 2 times minus root 2, which will be minus 2. Now, in here, if we've got minus 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2, that's just going to cancel out. So we're just going to be left with 9 take away 2, which will be 7. And that's because you should have recognised that as a difference of 2 squares to begin with. The central term are always going to cancel out because it's plus root 2 minus root 2 in there. Next one, so we've got the square root of 7 times by the square root of 3 to begin, which will be the square root of 21. Then we've got the square root of 7 times by 5, which will be positive 5 root 7. Minus 2 times root 3, which will be minus 2 root 3. And minus 2 times 5, which is minus 10. I can't put any of these bits together because they're all different roots, and I can't simplify any of them further to check. And I've just got an integer left on the end, so I actually can't put this together any further than it already is. Obviously, you could have done this with a different method of expanding these, by the way. As long as you've done that correctly, it doesn't matter which method you've used. Again, similar examples, just a little bit trickier. So 2 lots of 4 will be 8, and then I've got 2 lots of minus root 5, which will be minus 2 root 5. And then I've got 3 root 5 times by 4, so 4 lots of 3 root 5. That will be 12 lots of root 5. And then we've got 3 root 5 times by minus root 5, which will be minus, and then let's go and work this out separately actually. We've got 3 root 5 times by minus root 5. Well, if we just consider this bit first of all, we've got root 5 times root 5 in there, which is just going to be 5. So I've still got this 3, and then this bit is becoming 5. But in effect, it's becoming minus 5 because I've got in here root 5 times by minus root 5, which must be negative. So we're actually working out 3 times minus 5, which must have a value of minus 15. So we've got minus 15 as our final term. So now we just need to tidy it all up. We've got minus 2 root 5 plus 12 root 5 in the middle. So we can tidy that up a little bit, and that'll just be 10 root 5. And then we've got 8 take away 15 here, which will be minus 7. So we've got minus 7 plus we've got 10 lots of root 5. So you could also write that the other way around. Similar thing here. We've got 3 root 2 times root 3. 3 root 2 times root 3. So we can multiply together the surd part here to get 3 root 6. So that'll be the first part, 3 root 6. Then we've got, if we go all the way over the top, 3 root 2 times 2 root 2. So here we can multiply through the whole numbers first. 3 times 2 will be 6. Root 2 times root 2 will just be 2. So it's 6 times 2, which is, that's worth 12. But I've ignored the negative there, so that should be minus 2 root 2, in which case it'll have to be minus 12. Then I've got minus 5 times root 3, which is just going to be minus 5 root 3. And then we've got minus 5 lots of minus 2 root 2. So minus 5 times by minus 2 root 2. And that will be 10 root 2. And that's a positive. Just like before, there's nothing actually more we can do with this. We can't simplify any of the surds any further, and they're in their simplest form, and none of these bits go together. So actually, we're finished with that question.